Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Barbells and Banter podcast. This is the first proper episode of me and Adam. Who Adam's been in South Africa for a couple of weeks, so uh, yeah, we saw him in the Ethan Anderson podcast, but his connection wasn't very good.
We'll not talk about it.
Yeah. Uh, Today this is sort of a rushed episode, like in the plans, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Today we're talking about something we both deal with, trying to balance powerlifting with school and work, and especially with the exams coming up. Just think that some of the people listen to this would be able to take some of these points in into account with their life. And we've got a couple other topics we want to touch on, but we'll just get into it. Uh, so Adam, do you want to start?
Busy. Yes,
Bro,
good.
1 minute in, and he's already been interrupted. Very sweet.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway.
Anyway, right. Yes. So, what's we call it? Where were we? Oh, yes, starting.
Yeah.
uh, Fuck me, it's got the shambles already, lads. Yeah.
Oh,
So, I think the biggest disclaimer for a lot of we'll aim towards sub junior and junior powerlifters is balancing training with education. Education is obviously a priority in everyone's life. I think you should always put it first. Doesn't matter.
yeah. Like
But
you're not gonna be a full time powerlifter all the time, or
yeah, like
it's very unlikely.
I mean, even if you become a full-time powerlifter, you can't live off it
Can't
until
pay
the
the
grade of
bills.
yeah. You have to be some like I don't even think Nojo gets paid for powerlifting, does he?
He gets paid off the sponsorships mainly.
Yeah, but then obviously goes to the power of having to get sponsorship. Like there's some number ones in the
Yeah.
world. It's very unlikely, but there is some number ones in the world who don't get sponsored. They're just doing it for the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh.
so I think education is number one priority, but that lies the question of how do you get training worked in with that? Especially, I think, especially this time of year. This time of year,
Yeah.
coming out for school, there's a lot of pressure because everyone's pressuring to do exams, finishing coursework, and all that unlovable stuff.
Yeah. Like I can't really lie. Being in upper sixth, I've just kind of laid back and did coursework all year. Did a bit
Yeah,
of revision notes and stuff, but coursework's been like the main priority because I was kind of like told by people in the year above, "Oh, you gotta do are you doing this combination of subjects? You should focus on the coursework first." And then sort of my theory was sort of dragged behind. And now today's April 17th, and we're just kind of like 5 weeks away from, or 4 weeks, five away from exams. And bear in mind, I am getting a revision in. It's not like I've just kind of like fully not done anything all year besides coursework. Uh, but I will say that I have spent a lot of time after school in the gym.
oh,
Adam, your camera's
yeah, I know I got a phone call. Bear with it.
right.
Keep going.
No, I think that's really it. Like, I spent about 3 hours after school every day, so I'd be coming home at like 7 o'clock, tired. I have to walk the dog. Uh, don't really want to do revision after that.
Yeah, need to fix the set in
And
the
then,
computer here. Bear with.
bear with.
I broke something. Keep going.
I think. Uh, Sort of like I didn't do very well my AS grades, my lower sixth grades, and I think that's mainly because I did prioritize the gym. It was really before I started powerlifting anyway, but like I was spending heaps of time. I do revise more than what I did this time last year, which is obviously a good thing, and it's a learning experience for everyone because Being 18, you get a lot more like responsibilities and
Yeah,
work, gym, life, and doing a sport within that. Like, I know my sport is part of the gym. It's still time consuming rather than the normal gym goer because I'm spending about an hour doing SBD movements, then an hour, maybe an hour and a half doing accessories and cardio. And by the time I get out, I
yeah,
am exhausted. And then
yeah,
obviously money on supplements and stuff has to be paid by before by work. And then the whole car thing, like I just passed my driving test this week, and one of the main things I'm looking at now is a car, and insurance is really doing me in, as
yeah.
we've sort of talked about. Uh, but yeah, like you need to be able to balance. I'm not good at finding that kind of balance. Like I'll prioritize one or the other, and I'll
Yeah.
find enjoyment in one or the other.
I think I think the most pressuring thing of all is on top of being able to balance your school life, powerlifting, and if you have one, a work life, you also need a social life.
Yeah,
And a lot of people look at powerlifting as a social aspect, but it's not the social aspect that we're looking for. You know,
yeah,
you do need that social aspect where you are sitting about doing fuck all with one of your mates, and you can just sit there and relax and just talk about everyone like us right now. And like it is extremely hard. Like I know I've got like 4 pieces of coursework in next week,
yeah,
and since Sunday night, the first night I was back, all it's been since Sunday night is coursework, 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 and tech, and doing more coursework. That's all it's been. I haven't even had time to go to the gym since I came back. I won't be able to go to the gym until next week.
yeah. Like about the social aspect, like I'm looking to attend pretty much all of the NIPF events this year, despite me not competing properly in any of them. Like I'm showing up for nationals to. I think I'm commentating with Sam Clyde on the 83s, and see a lot of people there. That'll be part of the social aspect. But that's like it's literally the day after my exams start. My first exam is on the Friday. I'm actually at Tame Impala on the Wednesday of that week. So Wednesday I'm at Tame Impala, as well as revising the rest of the week. I think I start study leave the week before, and um, yeah. So Tame Impala on Wednesday. One night's break before my exam. It's a reset on the Friday afternoon. I think it's actually the.
Yeah,
I can't remember if it's morning or afternoon, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm straight up to Belfast on Saturday for nationals, and back again on Sunday. I'm hoping to volunteer both days, purely just because I like the social aspect.
yeah.
And then
Speaking
obviously
of,
NI Open and
yeah,
anything else.
s- speaking of study leave, just a little top tip to anybody out there listening: don't do what I did in my GCSEs and spend your study time partying. It will not
Yeah,
work in your favour. Use your study time responsible.
study leave is good. Like a lot of people hate me whenever I say this, but I went into school during study leave and it really helped. Like I went
Yeah,
9 to 1, 9 to lunchtime. That's all I did. Uh, yeah, and then went home, got a nice breakfast. Normally or no, not breakfast, nice lunch. Normally I actually
capital.
find that I'm more nutritious whenever I'm not at school because I can have higher protein, low fat meals, and I can't actually track the school canteen food. But that's besides the point. Uh, I'm getting a lot of work done in that morning, and I'm still in the same sort of routine, and I'm not waking up at 11 a.m. on the day before an exam to wake up at 7 to get ready, because you obviously have to go in your uniform and get ready and revise for an exam early in the morning.
Yeah,
Like your sleep schedule sort of stays the same, and I do sort of try to plan like fun things around study leave, but obviously don't be doing the same like a different thing every day and not incorporating study into that, because I know a lot of people would have done that exact thing over Easter. You were in South Africa though, like that's
yeah,
different. Um, I'm talking about partying as you covered, and
yeah,
I did do a bit of studying over Easter, but I'd say maybe the fun stuff sort of outweighed it, but that's learning to get a balance as well.
Yeah, I think this brings me to my next point is when you get to a point like this, when you're always trying to find this balance and everything, a lot of things start to begin to feel like a chore.
Mm,
Um, like I noticed, 2024, the gym, I think I just barely started powerlifting, and like I wasn't doing anything intense. I was just like building my foundation blocks, and I was like on study leave. I was still studying here and there, but it got to the point where going to the gym did feel like a chore because I had to work the gym around everything. So like on a Monday, I'd go to the gym at like 12 p.m. and I'd be there to like 4 p.m. study, and then the next day I'd be there at like 8 p.m. because I'm studying. Like I think it's important to build a schedule when you're on something like study leave and you're studying for
yeah.
exams because if you have a schedule, there's no trying to fit everything in and squeezing it in unidentifiable. Um, you can identify what needs to be done, what needs to be prioritized. Oh, I'm only training accessories this day, so I'm going to push it back a day because I'm not in the gym doing a SPD movement until 2 days after or whatnot. That kind of thing.
And even if you have a coach, like it's so much easier whenever your coach knows the program, knows what like past lifters of theirs, like clients of theirs have done with their programs, and normally like most some coaches will have the same sort of structure. Like say, oh, your day one is your secondary or tertiary squat and bench, day two's deadlifts, and day three maybe a rest day in between day two and three. This is just my plan. Secondary, tertiary, squat and bench, and then Saturday maybe day four deadlift or SBD. Like I was training my SBD on last Friday, so this day last week. I normally do my SBD on a Saturday, and so me and my coach just got we just took away the rest day between day two and three, and saw how it went. Obviously, we didn't like change any of the weights, or we didn't actually set any weights for the SBD day. Purely just to see how recovery would go.
Yeah,
But recovery went fine, and the day was perfect. Like I feel like if you have like a close relationship with your coach, and you can find workarounds, like even starting the week on a Sunday or something, um, then like working around stuff would be so much easier.
yeah. I think always being close with your coach is a big thing. Like Ethan's gonna mob me for this so hard if he listens to this, but I like to think me and Ethan are quite close because we speak a lot, and it's usually me asking stupid shit. But here's the point: like me and Ethan would be quite close. Like if there's something I can't do, it isn't a case of just do it. We'll find a way to compromise what I can't do, work with it. So like I phoned Ethan said earlier and said, look, I won't be able to pay you this week. It's not just you. I can't pay my gym membership. I'll be back next week. I also can't go to the gym anyway. And he goes, look, don't worry about it. We'll compromise. You'll be back in next week, and we'll go from there. We'll just see what it's like until we know you're 100% being able to get back in that routine come summer. I think that's a really big thing. Um, like I do know people who've been with a coach and they haven't built that relationship with their coach. They look at their coach almost as a boss instead of
Yeah,
a coach. I think that's a very unhealthy way to look at it because you need to look at a coach as somebody you can trust. I don't know how to describe it. You have to look as a coach as a coach. You need to have trust. But when you have a coach that you can almost call your friend, it it changes the world.
yeah.
Especially,
I can agree with
especially
this.
like especially in times of the year like now when you're under so much pressure as a student, especially for younger coaches like Reese or Ethan, they know exactly how it feels to be in today's world and be under that pressure. So it's not like they're blanket off and like, yeah, just do it. They know how to work with that because they've been through it themselves. Whereas, no offense to anyone's coach out there, but if your coach is, let's say, 30 odd and they've been out of school for what, 11, 12 years, things weren't as pressuring back then and etc. etc. They're probably not going to understand it as much.
As like being like 2 years older than you maximum, or
Yeah,
within the decade older than you.
yeah. So I think having a coach who understands what that pressure is like, having a coach you can almost call a friend, and have that relationship, it it really is the difference.
Yeah,
But then
like
there is also coaches out there who are 30 odd, and the majority base of their clients are our age, 16, 17, 18, 19, and they understand what it's like to have those clients go through that pressure, so they can compromise for newer clients or other clients because they know that pressure from other clients, so they can compromise on it as well.
yeah, like we're not saying all 30-year-old coaches are bad coaches. This is just like an example. Like there's probably a chance that most coaches of that age will be fine with trying to like help their client manage or balance their time with life, school, and like work and gym.
Yeah,
It's just an example, just because of how much certain coaches can relate to each other just by age, and like uh it's just proven like you're gonna be more close to somebody of a similar age group to you than somebody
yeah,
who's two or three age groups difference. Like,
yeah,
or even like generations. Like, I don't even know if that really applies too much because most generations are 12 years apart. But that's besides the point. Like, me and Reese definitely, like, I've told him multiple times. I don't even know where I'd be at because he's my, well, technically my first coach that I've ever paid for, and uh, I already told him that I'm made a mate and a great coach, and like he's able to compromise and find like things that we can do instead of certain things and working things out. And if
yeah,
I'm under any pressure, like, oh, I can't pay this week, like you said, I'll pay next week. They know what that's like, and then they can sort of just like make the sort of reasoning in their head because they've been in that same situation.
yeah, 100%. Like, Ethan was my first coach as well, and I mean, for those who don't know, I've known Ethan since I was like 14, and like I've seen Ethan in his dilemmas where he has struggled financially as much as he sees mine today. I think that's a big thing because like when I came back home just pre no, it was coming up to the Christmas Classic last year, and it was after the whole rib injury. I said to Ethan, like, I won't be able to pay you until the new year, and Ethan goes, that's fine. I can't coach you, but I can guide you, and that was all I needed.
Yeah,
And I think that's a big thing as well. You know, like when you turn around to most coaches and say, "Look, I can't pay you for a couple of months," you're gonna say, "Fuck off." But to have a coach who'd be like, "Look, I understand that I can't coach you, but I can guide you instead." I think that builds more of a relationship with a coach than him putting 200 kilos on your total in a year or 2 years, whatever ever say.
yeah,
Like the relationship you build when you're struggling with your coach is the part that makes it unbreakable and what turns it into a legitimate bond. And you know, we're talking a lot about financials, but going back to that whole pressure thing, if like if you can go to your PT and you can say, look, the pressure is immense at the minute, and I am struggling with the gym, with work, with school, social, whatever it may be. I think I need to take a step back from the gym, or I need to prioritize something else instead of the gym. Um, I think if your coach can find a compromise on something to help you with your pressure, it goes one step further than anything else.
yeah. Like, uh, sort of just forgot what I was about to say there. Um, like we decided, like I've already mentioned that I'm not doing nationals.
Yeah,
Uh, purely just because, like I said, it falls on the same week my exams start, and I sort of feel like uh, I'm obviously preferring my training, and we actually talked about this in the backstage at comp. Uh, like that, could I have a shorter workout that I can get done quicker? And Reese has carried through with that, and I'm still getting sort of similar results. Like I quadrupled 170 on squat like 3 weeks post comp. That's one of the strongest lifts I've ever done.
yeah,
Um, I'm finding more time for study. and I feel like that, despite some other people have told me that I should be able to find that balance, but since I feel I can't, I've taken the responsibility and I'm not going to do nationals because I don't really see that much of a problem in not doing nationals because
Yeah,
three comp preps back to back and I won't even be putting as much as on my total to compete with the top 83s. So
yeah.
what's the point in going back and
I
doing a comp prep if I can just build again and come
I
back
think like
stronger?
we talked about it a lot. People keep ringing me. Let's see, it's fuck me. Like I remember speaking to Ethan about this at the start of prep for March. I said, look, if I qualify for nationals, I don't know if I want to do it. First powerlifting comp, I don't know if I want to go back to back like that, especially considering the work we have to do and cut my weight to bulk back up lean because of the way my build is and stuff. There's so many different factors and so on and so such. And Ethan's compromise was, you know, you should always walk in with the mentality that you're going to win something, but you shouldn't kick yourself about it because you don't win it. Like March comp, I walked in knowing that I was going to come second place and I was comfortable with that. And you seen it yourself after
Yeah,
squats, it was what 2.5 kilos that drew me and Peter.
yeah.
I could have pushed as much as I could and tried pulling for gold, and it might have worked. It might have worked, but I didn't.
And I don't think it would have gave you Nats qualifying totals, so there's not really
Yeah,
much point.
exactly. There was nothing I was gaining other than gold instead of silver. And let's be real, what's the difference? You get ranked
Yeah,
number 1 for that comp. So there's always gonna be a bigger and a badder person. Like me and Peter obviously had that whole competition, but the bigger and badder person was Reese Evans in '83s, who's come back to the 74s for Nats anyway. So it didn't matter if me and Peter went to
might have
Nats.
been.
Yeah, well, he is, isn't he's still the bigger badder 74.
Yeah,
Um, like there's always gonna be the point is there's always gonna be a bigger badder person, and I don't think you should always run for the gold.
yeah.
I
Like,
went so off topic there.
uh, I think it was sort of still on the topic. I sort of zoned out a wee bit, but no, like, even though I came third in the Christmas Classic, like, I was pulled aside and being told, "Oh, you could have got first. Oh, you should have got first." Where would that have even put me? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
like I
what,
said,
10 kilos more on my total?
being first, absolutely, I'd be buzzing if I had it.
Yeah,
Absolutely no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, silver's harder to break than gold.
yeah,
You know, a lot of it comes from like the way I perceive it is we always talk about discipline and motivation and obsession and all those things. I think especially if you walked into your first comp and I won gold, it would become an obsession where my discipline would run out the window. I'm a gold medalist. I'm gonna win another one, and another one. I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna go fucking Commonwealth. I'm gonna do all this and that. But I walk into my second comp and call, let's say, go fifth. Powerlifting is never gonna be the same. Whereas at least I know I came second. I can now work towards a first in the future.
mm. And even like there's no actual like fun in going in and winning every single comp you compete in. Like a big example of this is Tiffany Chapon. Like I guarantee that she probably hasn't won all of her comps, but like I'm just pulling up her open powerlifting here. She won the vast majority of them, even when in
Yeah,
Sheffield at one point. Like whenever she came second at Worlds at 2025 to Heather Connor, uh, I think I remember them saying like her saying on a thing that she never actually like experienced that sort of loss before because she was always the uh top 47 since 2020, and
yeah,
like you're not gonna have a certain amount of experience if you don't get involved in battles and actually lose some. Like obviously it wouldn't be Tiffany's uh fault for losing or no winning battles all the time because she's trying her best. But like if you just walk in like most people, not most people, but some people I've seen, even in like small nations like ours, like the NIPF, have walked in and been so happy about coming in first in like a three people weight class.
Yep.
There's not really much competition. Like, say if Reese walked in as a 74 into that comp, with you and Peter, he would have won before he even came in. Like, same with Harry. If Harry hadn't weighed in, uh, over on like 300 grams over or something, I knew he was taken first because he had nothing on me or Solomon, and I sort of just like I didn't even know if Solomon was gonna beat me or not because I hadn't actually seen any of his singles work on TikTok. So it was either me for second or me for third, and it was kind of like happy days whenever Harry weighed in over because that was a spot I was going up, but I knew I still wasn't getting gold. Like even I don't know what Harry stance was on it, and he's a good mate, so I wouldn't really like want to talk bad about him. But he's also not the kind of guy to walk in and be all happy about coming in first whenever there's people 50 kilos below him, the
No.
next person. But if you don't have a sort of challenge, then what's the point? There's like no enjoyment if you just walk in and win everything.
Yeah.
Not saying Harry does that, by the way.
Um. Hang on, my brain's going blank. Hang on, I'm typing something quickly.
Holy yap. Bear with.
No. Okay.
Oh, and something like, yeah, I only found out today that in that entire meet out of about 100 people, I placed 10th on GL. Uh, Even being second like that made me feel pretty good. Because that's out of
Yeah.
100 odd people, I came 10th.
Hmm.
On GL, not total. Because obviously total is normally based on weight class. Um, just made me feel good.
Yeah.
What?
Uh,
Yeah,
what was there? I was
I
going to
guess that.
mention there. I was going to fucking mention something. Oh yes, OPF. Like, um, where's it gone? Hoping. Oh, left it. Yeah. Speaking of that, like, I remember after March come, like, all I did was keep checking fucking OpenPF
Oh,
and going
I
on.
looked every day for the next week and a half.
Yeah, until I got upload it. That was the same as me. I'm actually trying to find the March come. Give me 2 seconds. Ukraine.
Search up your name and it should come up.
Yeah, but I'm trying to bring up the comp.
Meets and then go back to, or no, you can bring up the comp if you click on your name and then click on um
Yeah, got it.
the meet.
Oh, no, I don't. Hang on there. Where's the 21st? 21st, 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 21st. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm trying to work out open powerlifting. Bear with.
Oh my god, how many meets was there on the 21st?
A lot.
I can fucking see it. NIPF, that's the one we're looking for there.
Spring
Now,
Classic Championships.
how do I sort this by weight, by division? That's the one we're looking for.
Actually, I'll pull up as well.
Oh no, that wasn't what I was looking for. International, USA, UK.
What are you looking at?
10 seconds. It was on top of what you were saying. Why are we not under UK?
We're under NIPF.
There we go. Uh, 74. Man. Junior? Nope, that's team. Juniors. Okay, apparently I'm not on this anymore. That's good to know.
You are. It's near the end.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not even on
but
the rank.
you
I
are.
used to be. I was on the NIPF under 74's rankings, but I'm not fucking here.
What's your filters?
NIPF raw 74 main. Oh, that's why
What?
I had it done wrong. Right. Yeah. Anyway, where am I? Right. There's Peter, Alex, Justin, Connor. Okay, no, not here. That was good stuff.
No, you are 106th of all time.
Uh, right. I don't know why I'm not in like the NIPF rankings. Anyway,
It
besides the
is.
point.
It is,
Uh,
but
well, I'm looking at it. I'm not there. But anyway,
I can see.
besides the point of what I was trying to say, I was like in the NIPF. I was ranked like fucking. I'll be able to work out. Give me 2 seconds.
Well, it's one. It's
I had what?
106. It's 106 because I can see it.
I would have been ranked 18th out of 25 lifters of the whole of NIPF. 74. Um, here 18, 19, which like bizarred me. I didn't think I'd ever like get that.
Yeah, like I'm top 30 out of the 83s of all time.
Yeah, like I thought I was absolutely mental. And like 380 total. It's not a lot. Let's be real now, but still to be 18th out of 25, it still meant a lot to me. And
It's the little things.
yeah, and like I was saying it's decent. Like I have 17 spots to climb, so I'll never run out of goals.
Yeah.
You know,
Unlike if you're at the top.
yeah. Speaking of which, Ethan's actually still 8th out of 25.
Yeah.
I actually thought to say, Ethan might be contending as a guest in December.
Damn.
Yeah, because we were actually talking about it one day, and he was like, "Fuck, I fell off and all." Um, and I was like, "You should come
uh,
back." And he goes, "Nah, nah, I'm happy bodybuilding and stuff." And I was like, "Nah, nah, nah, come back." And he goes, "No, because then I'd have to cut weight and all this." And I was like, "Just do it, just do it." And he was like, "Do you know what? I'll contend as a guest then, maybe." And I was like, "Fuck yes."
Get
So
the
we might have
NIPF
Ethan.
singlet back on.
We might have Ethan Anderson for December, possibly.
Still
Probably not.
unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed lore. But if he comes back, that would be mental. If he comes back, though, he might even be a 93 by the time he comes back. He's a heavy boy,
He'd be up against Ronan and I think it's just Ronan and like Dan Flan, Matt Flan. Matt Flan's going up to 93s apparently.
I know.
Running
Yeah,
away from Bob as this will probably appear on Bob's story after this is posted.
93s. Thomas Patton's still ranked number one,
Yep.
as usual. What's new?
Shout out to Thomas. He's competing at Sub Junior Nats down in the Irish in about a week's time. I think it's next
Junior
weekend.
nuts.
Junior Nat.
Junior
Well,
nuts.
Sub Junior and Junior Nats. He's
Hope he
joined.
wins.
I don't even know if he'll win, but he has a good chance of
I
winning.
I worked out. He'll be able to pull for second at least.
Yeah, we are getting so off topic here.
Yeah, I know. Fuck it. Um, what was Ethan's total? Ethan was total what 420 roughly.
517, I think, something
Was
like
it?
that.
When
No,
the
it's
fuck
500
did
at
he?
least. I swear it was
Well,
500 at least.
if he's totaling at least 500, he'll be ranked somewhere around 12 out of 28 out of the
No,
93s.
487. 487. Don't know where. Don't know where I got
So
500 from.
he's looking at 16th, 15th out of 28 lifters is 93, which is actually still quite detrimental considering he's not a power lifter anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
And given that I'd be heavier, so he'll pull more. So he probably will total close to 500.
No, total more than that.
I don't know, depends if he like trains like a power lifter or not, because he doesn't SBD anymore, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think he, I think he does, I don't even think he benches anymore. I think when he does like, I don't think he compounds.
Well, obviously he does compounds, but not SBD movements.
Yeah, yeah.
Ethan. Uh,
E- Ethan, if you're listening, if you don't compete in March,
or December.
not March, yeah, I don't know where the fuck I got March from.
We were
If
talking
you
about March
don't,
comp.
yeah, if you don't compete, contend as a guest in December. I'm coming for that Mercedes.
Slash the tires in it.
That back window's going to be deleted once again.
Once again?
Yeah, sure. Was it a tow truck or something hit outside the gym one day?
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, he had a fucking bin bag covering the back window for like a week.
I didn't even know that. No, right. Should we go on to the other topic?
Yeah,
The
on to the next topic. The only thing we want to talk about since we decided to go so off topic was meat prep versus off season reality. Um, so what we wanted to touch on was things like how your training can change when you're in off season and when you're in prep for comp. The mental side of being in off season and in prep, like the pressure, the nerves, burnout, cutting weight if you have to, or bulking if you have to, and how brutal and stuff it is. And then meet day stories, which I have a few good ones for them. So we'll start off obviously talking about how your training changes. Um, so I know for my first comp when I didn't really have an off season. Once I got back into the gym, I was
yeah.
basically in season. I had a very long prep coming up to March, um, but it was a very controlled prep. I think I had like a 6 week volume block, 5 or 6 week volume block. Then I had a 5 or 6 week strength block and a 4 week peak, something along those lines. It was a very long week. It was like whatever that is. What's that? 16 weeks or something? 8, 17,
From when?
5, 5, 10, 5. No, yeah, it was a 16-week prep. That's the one. Which is very long for powerlifting. Usually they only last, what,
Not
12, 14?
not really. No, my prep for December was from July.
Really?
So it was like I
Oh,
think it was like 26 weeks.
oh, well, that's fucking long.
Yeah.
Yeah, but were you in prep those entire 26 weeks? Or did you just train until you hit your 14 week and actually prep, if you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you were like,
Hold.
hold on. Like,
You can keep straight, right?
like, I was in prep for the Christmas Classic from the January, but I wasn't in, like, I was pre seasoned until about 14 weeks out when I went into my actual prep.
Right. Yeah. So I was in prep from August, which is still a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Well, technically, so there was from August to September, it was accumulation and like volume.
yep,
Then through September, the whole month of September was transmutation slash triples and intensification, and then I had a deload at the end of September and full singles block for October, with testing singles the last week of October around Halloween. And then I had a full peaking block for the 4 weeks of November, taper week for the first week of December, and on December 7th was comp. So give or
okay, yeah,
take 17 weeks,
yeah, no, that's a long prep. Well,
plus about 8 weeks volume before that.
yeah, fuck that. But yeah,
But it was like 2 blocks. It was
yeah, um,
nothing too crazy.
like, I actually prefer being like 14 weeks out in season for comp because, like, when I go back to the gym, I'll be in volume until like 14 weeks out.
What comp
I'm
are you
being in
competing in?
volume. I'm not doing June anymore. I'm doing September.
Is there September open?
Yep, pretty sure anyway. There
Let
should
me
be.
just fact check this.
If not, I'm in prep till fucking December, which I'll cry.
Because December comp is Commonwealth.
What?
The comp in December is Commonwealth.
Yeah, but there's a classic as well.
Hold on. NIPF powerlifting. I hate
No, it's not. It's
Instagram
not.
on.
It's
It's
in
October.
fucking. Yeah, Commonwealth is October.
No, Commonwealth is September, mate. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. NIPF slash Irish PF open. but I don't think
Yep.
that's fully confirmed to be in reform.
No. Yeah. So here
There
we
doesn't seem
go.
to be a push pull. Hmm.
Mm, that's but yeah. So I was meant to do that's 2025 calendar. What am I looking at here, lads? That's not the right thing.
It's it's at the it's pinned on Instagram.
Uh, Bear with. Now I need to get this up to know what I'm talking about. Or else I'm gonna fucking fuck it all up. Right, do you know what? I give up. Anyway, right. Basically, back to the point. Competing in a what do we call it? September Open, and then I'm prepping again for December. But like, back to the point of the topic, instead of laughing about calendars, because I don't know where that actually came from. Um, yeah, the fucking the point of the question was how does your training change? So yeah, out of season, it's hella volume,
Yeah.
hella intensity, which is why I
Actually,
love.
I don't really feel that right now. My body feels pretty fine.
You're gonna walk into the gym in 2 weeks' time and wish you never said that in this episode. Karma's gonna bite you in the ass. You're gonna slam your
Race will be
head off
listening
that
to this
door.
anyway,
Um,
and if he's
but
not
yeah,
good,
lots of intensity, lots of fatigue. When you get into prep, it calms down, which is what I look forward to. I hate being fatigued, but do you know what? It is what it is.
building.
Um, Taking us on a little bit to the cut and weight part. Um, uh, I have to cut from now. Bearing in mind, on 21st of March, I weighed in at 72.4 kilos. I weighed in this morning at 77.9 kilos.
Damn. Right. No. In terms of cutting weight for me, I'm cutting down to like 76 kilos by June.
Yeah,
Good little like sort of disciplinary thing during exams as well.
yeah,
Something to look forward to. So I'll actually like I'll look pretty good by the end of this cut and going into summer because we've set it so it finishes the day after my exams. The day after my last exam, so I can start celebrating. Maybe like I think we're doing a full body recomp. If I'm not fully like wrong, I remember Reese saying that, but
yeah,
I'm not the coach, so I'm just gonna go along with it.
yeah.
Gilbert method.
So,
Shout
uh,
out Pete.
talking more about the lovely cotton scenario now, for anybody who knows me, they know cotton weight is my worst enemy, as we learned from the Christmas Classic. If you don't
Yeah,
know, if you
migraines.
don't, if you don't know what the Christmas Classic was, we focused so much on my recovery that we forgot what a scale was. I weighed in 4 days out, 4.5 kilos overweight. At the time, I was meant to compete in 66s. So I thought, instead of contending as a guest, I had this amazing idea of water loading weight.
Or
Woke up on
water cotton.
Sunday. Yeah, sorry, yeah, water cup. So I woke up on Sunday morning and I went to bed on Saturday night and I was like, I'll be fine. Woke up on Sunday morning and I felt like someone had took an 18-ton lorry and shoved it so far up my ass that it was touching Apollo 11, wherever it is in the sky. Did I make weight? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Did I compete at that weight? No. No, did I fuck. What did we learn from that? I can't cut to save my life. So,
And you
given that
need to
I
know what
don't,
a scale is.
yeah. So, given the fact that I'm supposed to be competing as an under 74, I'm currently 77.9 kilos.
83s.
This cut's going to be a very, very, very rash one because as I'm cutting, I'm going to be in volume, and it's going to be the definitive opposite of heaven.
If anything, volume actually does help you cut, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does, but it also makes
Because
you want to kill yourself.
for the full master of the man, I was in volume. I was doing 30 minutes of cardio after each session, and sometimes on rest days. and I dropped 6 kilo in
Yeah.
8 weeks or something like that. Maybe a little bit longer
So
than that.
so the original plan was after the 21st March I was going to cut to like 63 kilos to try and cut body fat. That would be almost what I can't do maths. What's that? That now would be what, a 12
14
kilo cut?
kilos.
14. Yeah, that's not happening. So instead,
Sorry, Ethan.
I don't. Uh, yeah, I rung Ethan while I was in South Africa. I was like, Ethan, we've got a problem. He goes, what? I goes, I had to get weighed today because I was doing an activity. And he goes, and I goes, at the time I was 79 kilos. And he goes, yeah, you're not cutting, buddy.
Probably
Not
nearly
to
my
not
body weight.
not to 63 kilos anyway. So I don't really know what the plan is. We did compromise saying that I was gonna bulk and then mini cut in hopes that I'd bring my body fat down. Which I think is what we're gonna have to do. And we'll see what I'm like when I hit 72 kilos again. But yeah, taking us again to the mental side of that, following that, the burnout is gonna be crazy. So for anyone who speaks to me for the next 8 months, I'm gonna be a cheeky bastard, and I do sincerely apologise. But blame
We,
powerlifting, not me.
we will be having a bit of fun over the summer though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I won't be surprised
I'm
if I
so sorry.
weigh eight. I won't be surprised if I'll be a 93 by the time I come back from somewhere. It's look,
Uh,
at this point, I might just bulk to the 105s.
120
I might
method.
just I might just bulk to the 105s and have a field trip. Uh, that might be that that might be the outcome
Maybe
of
it'll
this.
quadruple your total.
I might double my total.
600 is a 105.
No Joe Fitness, I'm coming for you.
You'll be quite a while away from Nojo.
Trust.
Probably
Is he
coming
not?
back at 1,100 or something like that. Probably.
His last total was what, 960 something, wasn't
Open powerlifting. This is where you come in.
it? I'm pretty sure it was like 965 or somewhere around there, 965. It was in and around that range.
966.
It's one off. On that topic, do you think you ever pulled the record for deadlift?
What do you mean? What record? Like the world record? Like the 500? What are we talking about?
Well,
Yes.
510 now.
Yes, you will.
That'll be quite interesting. If five, let's just say 512. If 512 can be pulled in a powerlifting environment, I think that would be absolutely fucking bonkers.
We sort of already covered that with Colton Engelbrecht. I think his
Yeah,
name, because he pulled 520, but he's untested and he did it with
yeah,
straps.
yeah. I
We're
forgot
sort of
about
all
that.
over the place here, but this is.
This is what happens when you put two men in a call and ask them to laugh about something they don't know what they're on about.
Yep.
What was I saying? You
I actually
see,
spelled
even
his
the
name
pull.
right.
See, even if you pull 520 while you're geared out like some fucking maniac, that is still hell impressive to pull over half a ton off the floor.
Yeah. What he said. Like,
Because I can't even total half a ton.
yeah. He could nearly pull my total.
Yeah. Now, put that into perspective, right? You walk into a comp and you total 450. That is a pretty good. Well, for 74, that's a pretty intermediate total. And you turn around and the first thing you do after your comp is open your phone and you watch a man deadlift your total plus 80 kilos. No,
Oh, I'm just thinking. Back in August, whenever I was prepping, I was seeing like little increases in my total. I think I squatted 172 for one. I think it was that day. 172.5. I go on my phone. I see a video of Jesus Olivares squatting my total.
ow. Yeah, like whenever I weighed like 63 kilos, I pulled 140 for the first time. And I was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. And then I opened Instagram. Or no, bullshit. I pulled 140 actually. And not only did I open Instagram to see a guy literally clean and jerk 140, but I did a 180 in the gym. And to this day, this still scars me. I saw somebody benching 140 for reps.
Well,
Now, to say the utmost least, I walked out the gym and I went and bought a fat chippy. Just the right thing to do.
that is not the right thing to do. If I hadn't have
Or
gotten like something healthy.
like I remember the first time I squatted 115.
Yeah,
Yeah, 115. I was
that's my bench
buzzing.
nearly. Well, my
I was
bench is
buzzing.
nearly that.
I was buzzing. And I turned around to see Braden Hall literally humping 115 as a piss take. Average Braden Hall behaviour. But anyway,
Oh, have you seen Thomas bench 100?
I don't want to.
Yeah,
What is his bench?
it's like 140 or something like that, nearly. Not far
Bearing
off
in,
of it, if not.
bearing in mind my deadlift is 160 at like RP 8.
Uh, he benched 140 at open nats or open December open, not open nats.
That does make me want to like jump out my window that's wide open right now.
But then you look at Bobby Wilson's bench. He comes up in every single episode, man.
Big up Bobby Wilson.
I got Bobby.
How's the head?
Just
I wonder how his head is these days. That was funny.
here, all this talk of Nojo and now Bobby. Nojo sent Bobby a nice little package of ESN, SBD, and I think he sent him a bench mat too.
Hang on, Nojo sent in this? Like,
Yeah.
did he buy this or did Nojo just decide I'm gonna send Bobby Wilson this?
No, Bobby was I think he was glazing the cameraman in the YouTube video comment section, like in every single video that Nojo posted, and he just eventually sent uh all this stuff to Bob. I wonder if it's saved in our group chat. Actually,
Nojo, Nojo, if you ever listen to
yeah,
this,
it is.
that's where that came from.
Yeah,
I know. Nojo, if you ever watch this, send me a benchmark. I'll tattoo your name across my chest.
we don't even need a benchmark because we've got combo racks.
Shh.
Bobby benches in a
Nojo,
bar rack.
Nojo, send me a signed singlet and I'll tattoo your name across my chest.
Signed Gymshark singlet.
Yep.
What else can we talk? What else can we talk about?
Meet day stories.
Yeah. After we go off topic on every single other thing,
Yeah.
but hopefully this is a good lesson anyway.
Well, we'll start off at March. My first ever competition. What can we say about March? Oh, cracker story about March. Wake up on Saturday morning and we were staying in Korean and my PT comes and picks me up and you know we go down to the gym and I'm sitting there and
Oh,
he took out of the blue, bearing in mind, and it is 20 minutes to weigh-ins and I'm eating a fucking pasta or no, I'm warming up my no, it's 20 minutes after weigh-ins, right? And I'm sitting there eating my pasta carb loading for squats. And he just turns around and goes to me, oh yeah, by the way, I can't handle you. I goes, what? I goes, what do you mean you can't handle me? Ethan, do you see in January next year when I tell you to get your coaching pass? Get your coaching pass.
in January.
Yeah, I told him in January get his coaching pass for this year.
No, you get a coaching pass for the meet.
No, but you have to get your coaching
No,
membership.
no,
Coaching
that's
membership.
that's for the Irish PF members.
No, it's not. It's here.
No, it's for the Irish.
No, it's not.
I applied for a coaching pass. I know. You just wait until the tickets for the
Right.
meet is out, and then it's about a week
I'll
later. Coaches passes are
I'll
out.
rephrase. Ethan, do you see when I remind you monthly about getting your coaching pass, even if you can't get it, and see fucking 4 weeks out when the tickets come up to sign out, get your coaching pass, right? So Ethan didn't
Well,
get his coaching pass because he
well,
left. Hang on. Ethan tried applying for his coaching pass the week of comp. Now, what Ethan didn't know was there's an expiry date because they have to have all the handlers in and all the coaches and all that stuff, right? Now, you would think for Ethan Anderson to forget such an obligated thing, you wouldn't think it, but
such a
Ethan
smart man.
Anderson did.
Yeah.
So, miraculously, Johnny Ross is walking to the gym, and I ring and I goes, Johnny, we've got a problem. And Ethan stole the phone off me. And to cut a long
I
story
didn't even
short,
hear you say that. I just heard Ethan.
yeah. So to cut a long story short, Johnny had to handle me. So that was a great start to the meet day.
Literally biggest meet day, by the way.
Yeah. So went and warmed up, and holy good collaboratively, what a social aspect, unbelievable. The people there were amazing. Big shout out to Lewis, you were a legend. Literally the first person I met in the warm up room who wasn't from my gym,
Who was it?
and Lewis.
Haven.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like helping us do our warm ups and warming up with us and all that. And then big shout out to like Jack Snoddy and all who's helping us load and unload for our warm ups
My
and
goat.
stuff. I just
Lauren buddies.
wrote something. Yeah. Um, and then first squat 125,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
I'll
Yeah.
never forget it. I'll just never forget what happened that time.
125. Now bearing in mind about 20 weeks prior I tried squatting 120 and fell into the combo rack.
Yeah.
And I was doing it as my opener for this comp. And see, when I tell you it flew like it was the bar, it was unbelievable. And then we walked backstage, and I goes to Johnny Ross, 132 and a half. 2 seconds later, you're doing 127.
Right.
Johnny, would you like to explain that one?
He's acting like he doesn't know. But so since the whole reason I had the coaching pass in the first place was because I was handling Peter, Mr. Bridges himself, and as we previously
Thank you,
mentioned
bastard.
in the episode with both of you two, since I was handling both of you two, and you were the only 74 sub junior or the 74 juniors, you were right beside each other in the flight.
Yeah.
First two squats, I think Peter loaded 127, you loaded 125 or something like that
Yeah.
for first squat. You went out, did your first squat, and then I didn't realize that there was a timeout for whenever the next lifter's attempt needs to be put in. So I left it until I was gonna put Peters in as well. So I was gonna put both of these in at the same time. Sorry, he's just gonna get 2.5 on his next one. That was my first handling mistake and my only handling mistake, by the way. So
Yeah.
we'll learn from
Yeah.
that.
So,
Good news is Peter got his second attempt put in, and you got your third anyway. So
yeah. So, went out and did the 127, and I was shitting myself because I didn't know if I wanted to do 140 or not. I sat there backstage. Ethan was like across like the crowd, and I was like,
yeah, me and Ethan were
do
doing
I
sign
load one?
language.
I was like, what? I was like, what? 135, 137. He goes, fuck up. We're loading 140. And I goes, huh?
Huh?
I was like, huh? So
Huh?
the biggest
Say
generational
what?
lock in your, the biggest generational lock in of a powerlifter you'll ever see. I sat there with my headphones on, and all I did was play Block Blast.
No, wait, was that not during bench?
It was during every lift.
I didn't even
It
realize. I thought
wasn't.
it was just during
It
bench.
was. It wasn't until bench
That it
everybody
was noticed.
noticed.
Yeah.
But warming up for my PR, all-time PR, by the way. Now, bearing in mind, walking the march, we The goal was get as close to 140. We knew we weren't going to get 140. All of a sudden, we're loading 140, and I'm sat playing Block Blast while listening to Century about East East Kid. What a
I
mixture,
think
by the way.
Ethan would have slapped you if he was your handler that day, so I kind of like saved you from that.
Yeah. So sat there playing Block Blast, and then all I hear is Adam, get up. And I'm like, huh? So I stand up, line up, locked in, and then I walked out. And I don't know. Most of my left styles like flow stated. Like I don't
Yeah,
actually remember any of them. I just did
neither.
them. Did the 140, saw the three white lights, and I somersaulted in the Johnny Ross's arms.
There's a peak picture on Ironside Media. Actually, no, I don't even
That
think he
was
posted it. I think it was just us that posted it.
no. He posted the deadlift one, but not the squat one.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, you someone
But
holding
anyway,
into my arms on like every third,
mhm. So again, we went up to warm up,
which I wish I
or
was ready for.
we went and warmed up for bench. Again, unbelievable atmosphere. Everybody was so kind. Everyone was so kind. Warm up manager, she was lovely. Everybody was nice. Um, we hit 70, 75 for first and second attempt on bench. They flew. Bearing in mind, a week or my last week at peak, 77.5 kilos moved like an RP 11, but with belt, by the
Can't
way.
confirm.
Yeah,
Without a belt, did you say?
no, with belt.
With belt.
So we loaded 80 and I was shitting bricks.
But still playing Block Blast.
Yeah, and then everyone caught on that I was playing Plot Blast, and I lost all concentration because we were all just laughing. Bearing in mind, it was me, Lewis, Peter, and we're all sat there pissing ourselves, and it went Lewis, me, Peter for our less, and we're all sat pissing ourselves, and just one by one, we're like, haha, walking out. And then I went out
Yep.
for the 80, beltless, with only straps, not locked in at all. Put myself on the bench, and I was still giggling to myself.
Did
Like,
you realize
if
this?
if you go look at the NIPS stream, until I arch, I'm sitting like this. Until I arch and slam my shoulder blades into the bench, I'm still laughing to myself. Then we get the commands and it flies. We're like, yeah, good, whatever, blah blah blah. Went back for deadlifts. Deadlift warm up. What was it? Oh, deadlifts were the funniest thing ever.
Oh,
S-
yeah.
uh, So before every attempt on deadlifts, Ethan pulled me aside and was like, "Give me a pep talk." And I'd literally walk away, pull up my phone, and start playing Block Blast, and then I'd start pissing myself again because what happened after a bench. It was the funniest thing ever. Went out, did
Hold on.
one.
I've got your open powerlifting.
It was 140, 150, 160, I believe.
Yep. Yeah.
140, absolutely miraculous. 150, absolutely miraculous. And then Ethan pulled me aside straight after, and I get this like literal 5 minute pep talk, and it was so funny. I can't remember what it was Ethan said to me. It was like, oh yeah, he was like, if you don't get it, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You know, try and the comfort me because I didn't get it. I looked him straight in the eyes and I goes, "Did you forget who I am?" I didn't even mean to say it. It was just me like trying to prep myself. And I just looked him dead in the eyes and said it. He just looked at me like, "What?" So I walked back round to line up for the 160. And what did I do as I was standing third left right from going out to the platform? I played Block Blast. And do you know what? Actually, funny enough, while waiting for my 160 deadlift, I broke my Block Blast high score.
I didn't realize.
So I actually hit 4 PRs on me dead. Oh fuck.
No,
So yeah,
5 because if you count total.
yeah, 5 actually. Yeah. So went out for the 160, and it was quite funny. I put my phone down, and I remember you telling me this after comp. Walked out, did the 160 at flu, came back in, and I remember you telling me after, was like, you know what Lisa turned around and said to me? I goes, what? She goes, she said you look, what was it? You look like a very aggressive person
Or like an
or something.
angry lad or
Yeah,
something like that. Because
yeah,
she was standing at the edge of the line, like saying whether you could go or not. And that's
yeah,
whatever she said to me whenever your headphones were on. And I was like,
yeah,
he's just sort of locked in, you know?
yeah. It was so funny. And then after that third deadlift, quite literally did a 3 feet leap from the end of the platform into your arms, almost sent the TV flying, almost sent the board flying, almost went into
Almost
the
sent
fuck.
me into the TV and the projector board.
Yeah, almost sent us flying into the table behind us, which had all the commentators and the
Yeah.
MC and all on it.
That was my
Um,
main enemy, that whole comp. The friggin' TV that was sat on the floor. Like, even half of us in the back area had no clue why it was there because there was already a projector screen that had the score, and then
yeah,
uh, it wasn't actually working at some points, so the lefters were or the referees were holding up their flags at some points.
yeah.
So
So
I was just knocking into that TV every left for you and Peter.
yeah, so yeah, jumped in your arms, and I remember watching back the commentary the next day, and I seen the funniest thing in life. So after I jumped in your arms, Bailey and Calvin, the first thing he said was like, "Right, boys, take it to our room." Giggled at that for like half an hour straight, quite
I didn't
enjoying
even
it.
hear that part whenever I watched it back.
Yeah, after the one sets were like, "Right, boys, take it to our room," and genuinely laughed so fucking hard. Um, it was so funny. Um, but yeah, post comp, post comp went back to Airbnb and I ordered 3 Dominoes. Ordered one as soon as we got back, ordered another one literally an hour later, and then later that night ordered another Dominoes,
How much money was that?
like 40 quid. It was a steal for Dominoes, to be fair. Um, so I had 2 medium pizzas, mac and cheese, nachos, chicken bites, another mac and cheese, and another thing of nachos. Oh, 2 or 3 tins of drinks. So that was quite funny.
Even like, just what Ethan said about your character in this client spotlight. Like he said, this eagerness and intent shined on the platform. Every single left, like he'd already decided he'd get it beforehand, and nothing would stop it. This is what I love to see in lifters, and they basically said like as well, like you'd already competed, like it wasn't your
Yeah,
first competition.
yeah. Like there was quite a few people who had actually come up to me and they said, look, for your first competition, you came out. It doesn't matter if you won or not. You came out on top.
Yeah,
To go 9 for 9 with PRs on total squat, bench, and deadlift on your first comp and make it look so easy. It's not rare, but it's not an every comp thing. And to be able to
yeah,
do it in your first comp, especially after what I'd been through in the last year, over injuries from broken ribs to ACL partially torn, to hamstring tears, to come back from all that and bite my tongue, and to finally step on the platform, it was it was fucking mental. Like
yeah,
I, part of me still doesn't believe that it's finally happened. Like the reality still hasn't kicked in. Like over half a month later that I've actually done it, and I'm currently like sat staring at my medal, and it is there, and I can touch it, but the reality
yeah.
still isn't there that I've done it. Like
And like, I'd even say like you out of everybody that came up with us to call Rain, in the Airbnb, yeah. I think you and Bailey like won the most.
yeah, Bailey's was
Like
incredible.
Peter didn't have the
Bailey,
best day. He went 6 for 9 and sort of uh
he
it
started
just didn't have
crumbling toward. He started crumbling towards the end, which nobody was at
yeah,
fault for. It was just a bad day, and like
just wasn't his day.
yeah, everyone has them. Like I won't go 9 for 9 in September, and I certainly won't in December. But like
But what I was saying about Bailey, like Bailey went down 11 kilos and still totaled similar to what he totaled as a 93.
yeah,
Let me just pull it up.
did he not total more than what he did at 93s?
Slightly more, I think. He did
I think
PB. Oh no! He totaled 20 kilos more.
yeah,
He totaled 20 kilos more, but only put 2.5 on his deadlift and bench, with a 10 kilo jump. No, 17.5 on it. No, 15 on it. No, something like that.
yeah.
15
It was
on his
so funny.
squat. 15 on his
It
squat,
was
2.5, 2.5.
was so funny on the car ride home. So for those who don't know, right? So Bailey was my gym, right? Reese Evans has a connection at Lauren, and Thomas Patton came up to watch Bailey compete. And the top off the weekend, after an amazing weekend, we were meant to leave Korean at approximately, I think it was just after 2 o'clock. So
No, it ended like way after. It hadn't ended after that.
did it?
Yeah, it ended
Oh,
like
right.
around 3ish, maybe a bit after.
Oh, anyway, ended around the hour of 3, and Thomas was driving us back, and he goes to me, Adam, be ready. We're going. I goes, fucking sweet. I'll be ready. Was I ready? Absolutely. Was Bailey ready? Absolutely not. So Bailey got changed. Bailey lost his phone. We spent almost 2 hours looking for this fucking phone, right? 2 hours looking for this phone, right? For it to be in the place that he left it. Like Bailey stands by this to this day that it wasn't there when he checked, but I will bet any money that it was there and he
Wait, where
just
was it
didn't
actually?
see it.
Where was it?
On the tail, the chalk, you know the table beside the
The
chalk
black
hole?
table. It
Yep.
wasn't there whenever I checked because I
Well,
knew his phone because
anyway,
I checked whenever he checked.
well, we
So
finally found his
somebody
phone.
probably realized it was his phone or like not his phone or not their phone
Yeah,
and put it back.
yeah. So top it all off, the weekend ended on a scare. Like it got to the point where we're like, where do we call it day? And Bailey just get a new phone. Finally got the phone. We're on the car ride home, and this is the most random matchup. It was me in a car in the back seat with Reese Evans and Bailey and Thomas Patton in the front. What a mad matchup. Halfway down the road, we start playing Minecraft music. And you see, from halfway down the road to the minute I got out the car, all we listened to was Minecraft music in silence. Utter dead silence. We were
Here,
listening,
here. Next time I'll be in that car.
utterly deaf silence, and we're listening to Minecraft music.
Honestly, fair.
It was such a random matchup and it was such random behaviour, but it was funny. And I would 100% do it again. But big shout out to Thomas for taking me home, by the way. I really do appreciate that, Thomas.
Big up, Teapot. Is there anything else you want to add for Meat Day stories? Because we're still have to go through mine.
Um, what else is there? I'm just trying to think. Oh, we can talk about the Friday night before. Come. Mm. Mm. So,
How no 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 no. Before you say anything, I wasn't entirely involved. I was brought into it because I was trying to watch Ted,
yeah.
the show, and I'll let you continue before I add anything else.
Hang on. People keep ringing me. So, we got there on Friday afternoon, right? And I want you to bear in mind, we all had our kit bags and like secondary bags and all that stuff, right? And we got off at Corn train station,
Oh,
got the bus halfway there, right? Now, if we hadn't got that bus halfway there for the motive, by the way, we wouldn't have made it to the Airbnb. We would have slept in a fucking ditch because there's no way in hell we were walking that. Besides the
oh,
point,
that
we
wasn't
got
even
off.
halfway. That was about a quarter of the way.
Oh, was it? Well, yeah. So bearing in mind it is 20 degrees. I think it was more actually. Pure
Yeah,
sun, and we're all in sweats and like hoodies and jackets, wearing all these bags, and
I
we're
was in a
walking.
hoodie. I was in a hoodie, shorts, and a coat.
Mhm.
Worst thing of my life.
So we're walking
I didn't
right,
even need
and
that coat all weekend, and it wouldn't fit in my bag.
every 2 sec, like every like 100 meters, we're stopping and be like, holy fuck. And it got to the point where me and Bailey just gave up and left everyone. And shout out to Lee because I said, Lee, can you carry my bag for like 5 minutes? Never took it back until we got back to the Airbnb.
Yeah, he was complaining that you left it with him.
Yeah, I did. and I'm glad I did. So big shout out to Lee for doing that. Thanks for not leaving it on the side of the road. Quite appreciate that. But yeah, so me and Billy got there maybe 20 minutes later. You pull up. But yeah, so we were already all in like we weren't in bad moods, but we weren't the happiest cubs to walk Korean's finest roads in 20-degree heat. And you know, I got a shower and stuff, and I was quite happy. I was quite relaxed, sitting in my bed. I hear a knock on the door. The door opens, and I get a full banana to the fucking dome.
This is like 4 hours later, by the way. You should sort of
Now,
skip to the chase.
all I wanted to do was sit and relax and go to bed early for comp. That's all I wanted to do. But instead, Bill Burt decided to throw a whole banana at my fucking dome at
I
30 miles
guess
per hour.
whose banana was it?
Not fucking Bailey's anyway.
Mine.
So I pick up this
And I
banana,
didn't
which
I
is
didn't give him this banana, by the way. It was sat in the kitchen, and I was meant to eat it on the way up to Coleraine, but I forgot about it, so I left it on the kitchen table, hoping that I would eat it that night. But no, I'm sat watching the Ted TV show, and I see Bilbert in the dark, and probably I'm pretty sure he was just in his underwear and socks,
yep.
walk up the stairs or walk by me to go up the stairs with a banana, like holding the banana by the end, and I'm like, whose banana is that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That is my banana.
Yeah. So I pick up this banana and I start chasing Bailey around the house. We end up downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. I got to the point where I gave up, so I waited for Bilbert to come to me. Strategies. Bilbert came walking towards the room and I could hear him outside. So I swung this door open and fucking pelted this banana. This banana exploded everywhere.
Oh, actually, this was a different banana because he ended up letting me eat the banana, and then he just threw the peel about.
Yeah, no, this banana
And that was
exploded
before.
everywhere.
It was a different one, yeah. I think it was Peter's. It
Yeah,
wasn't even
so
his
this banana
banana.
exploded. And I can't actually remember everything that happened, but then we got to the second banana. We
Yeah.
thought it was over. It was not over. So this banana gets fucking thrown about, and then all of a sudden the banana disappears, and this banana peel smacks me across the face.
That's the one that I ate. That's what it is.
So I start rinse and repeat chasing Bailey around the house. So I so I got somebody. We're not going to name names, but I got somebody to potentially empty Bailey's bag and hide his stuff across the house. Now we all know who it was. Bailey doesn't believe me, but we all know who it was.
I don't actually know. Can we just name?
No. So
Ah.
Bailey took a little bit of a bitch fit. One of Bailey's shoes is in the wardrobe, the other one's underneath the chair. His beanie's on my head. His clothes are in the bathroom, in his room, downstairs, in my room. They're all
He's throwing his
over the
tantrum.
place. Yeah. So Bailey goes to under the bed to grab something. So I see his perfect opportunity. So I take this banana peel. And I see Bailey on all fours underneath this bed. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. Bailey's head pops out, and all I hear is, "Oh my god!" And I goes, "No." So I won this banana peel and bounced it clean off his fucking head and ran. And see, until the next day, Bailey didn't know it was me. He thought it was Lee. And it was the funniest thing ever. Eventually, we made up, and we were all fine. By this point, it was, what, 11 o'clock, so I went to bed. Now, if this was anybody else, you would retaliate. So I thought, if Bailey wants to keep me awake the night before my comp, I'm going to do the same to him. Now, Bailey stole an entire double bed to himself.
Which was mine and Peter's bed the night before, by the way.
Yeah. because he's a rough sleeper.
And the
So I
night
just kept
before, he took the sofa.
Yeah, so I just kept kicking the door open, jumping on the bed, jumping on top of him, taking the covers off him. I hid the covers at one point inside the wardrobe. I hid the pillows inside the wardrobe. I hid pillows underneath my bed. I took his phone. I did everything under the sun. I hit him 10 times harder. And
But you did it 2 hours later.
Bailey went fucking ballistic.
You also did it
So
2 hours later than the night before.
yeah, Bailey was going absolutely mad. And then eventually me and
And
Bailey shook hands and we called it a night.
and this was also after you jumping on my bed and nearly suffocating me,
Yeah.
which was the same bed that I was sharing with you that night.
Yeah.
What time did you even get in the bed that time?
On Saturday night.
Hmm.
I think I was asleep for about 2.
Damn. I'm actually surprised you didn't wake me up because I'm not normally used to sleeping in the bed with somebody else.
Was it?
I'm actually surprised you didn't wake me up because I'm not used to sleeping in a bed with somebody else.
Yeah.
I think that goes to show for a lot of people. Um, should we start on my meet day stories?
Go on.
Oh, should we also touch on part of your meet day stories? I'll sort of tell this for you. So as you were locked in on squats, I've said this to a couple of people before, and I'm hoping that none of the affected parties take any offense to this. But we are going to talk about Johnny Salmons and Ewan Hughes. Not in a bad light or
Oh.
anything, but whenever you were on squats, I think you pulled me aside and asked me how long you had until you were on for your third squat.
Just for the record, right? Actually, just before we continue, sorry to interrupt. Alright, bearing in mind prior to this, right? I heard the metal crashing on the floor and what sounded like. I describe it as gunshots, but it just sounded like. It sounded like a gunshot, but it wasn't. Like, it wasn't extremely loud, but you could tell
Like a
something
crash.
happened. Yeah. But I was so locked in that it didn't click to me something had happened to somebody. I thought maybe like someone had just re-racked really hard or something stupid like that. It didn't actually click to me what had happened, so I was completely clueless at this point. And it wasn't until I'd been told what had happened that it clicked on to what I'd heard.
Yeah, like uh, it was actually after I saw what happened, you pulled me aside and asked me how long you had until you were on. This was whenever Ewan
Yeah,
tore the squad. And I
yeah,
just sort of looked at you, I just sort of thought to myself, what am I going to tell him? Because I don't want to tell him Ewan tore his quad and that possibly make you freak out because it is your first comp. And
yeah.
then I sort of thought to myself, right, well, I kind of need to tell him anyway because Ewan's going to get carried through here in about 5 seconds. So I do tell you, and you're like, oh, right, okay, you don't really seem to take anything, like, too seriously about it. You're just like, oh, God. Uh,
It didn't actually fully comprehend me until
yeah.
after. Um, that wasn't what I heard, by the way. What I heard was Johnny Salmon snapping his wrists clean.
Oh,
That
no,
was,
this was way after your third squat.
mm,
Because it was same
yeah,
flight, but it was he loaded 220, so I think he was like second to last on the flight.
yeah. But yeah, after you and I don't know, it didn't really click to me what had actually happened. I was kind of still clueless in a sense.
I still have no clue what happened to you because I saw
Um,
him I saw him down on the ground,
yeah,
but on the video it's him re-racking.
yeah, like from the videos he looks fine and then he just drops.
Yeah, but I
I,
swear, because Casper, one of the spot unloaders, told me what I actually believe. I don't even know if it was like cut the actual part where he does injure himself on the squat because I don't remember seeing the actual video, like the full video. Casper said that I don't, I know I had the full like podcast episode with him, but I'm not entirely sure what he said.
from what I
That
heard,
Casper
as he
said,
came from what I heard as he came out the pocket, he misgrooved and took a step forward,
yeah, that's what I heard.
and he put all the pressure on that leg, and it was
Yeah,
just GG's.
yeah,
Um,
yep. That's what I heard.
Now, obviously, I don't know. I didn't see it. Only
Me
you
either.
knows. But it also as simple as like it could have just been too much for that quad. Even if he hadn't misgrooved, it could have
Yeah,
just
well,
potentially been too much for that quad.
it's not like you can squat 220 with or 205 or something, whatever it was, with one quad. Like, it's all going to go into one
Yeah,
quad, and that quad's not going to be able to support it. It's just plain and simple.
yeah, yeah.
But
It was
that was
just
my sort of meet day story. Like, I was so scared about what I should actually tell you because I didn't want to mess up handling, obviously, the first time.
yeah,
And I know there's a few things going about, like, especially on a certain gym store I'm not going to name, that there's concerns in the NIPF about who should actually coach, and I didn't want to be one of them people that say I'm a coach after getting one or two comps down, and uh, making people think that all my decisions are going to be justified and like fully knowledgeable because I'm not a coach.
yeah.
We know this. I haven't got the qualification, but I do want to be a coach at some point. But I don't want to mess it
See,
up on the first handling debut.
the thing is though, like we can talk about people getting injured all day, but at the end of the day, you can't blame the lifter nor the coach. At meet days, people are going to PR, and it's as simple as that. And yes, people might get ambitious and they might go for a little bit more than what their body can handle.
Yeah,
But it's going to happen regardless. It's same with every sport. You know, you could have the same argument in football. People shouldn't be allowed to slide tackle regardless. People have snapped their ankles, people have snapped tibias, fibias, they've tore Achilles, people have slide tackles, they've fully torn their ACL, been put out of the sport for
yeah.
the rest of their lives.
If
You
if
can talk,
anything,
you,
if anything, people think powerlifting is a much more dangerous sport than what rugby is, but
yeah,
rugby is so much more normalized and has like a 90% more injury rate.
I was going to come on the rugby. I was like, let's talk about rugby. You know, people compare
Same with
NFL and
football.
rugby all the time. Um, people compare NFL and rugby all the time. People are like, oh, NFL hits harder, NFL's this and that. People get more injured in the NFL. Yeah, they do. 'Cause people do hit harder. And to be fair, a lot of people in the NFL probably are a bit bigger because of the pads than what you would be in rugby, and that is truth. But in sports like rugby, you are raw. It is
Yeah,
skin to skin.
like
Like,
you have gum shields and maybe a scrum cap if you wear one.
yeah, prime example, the Springboks. Their winger Cheslin Kobe is like I think he's 6 foot and he weighs like I don't think he weighs 100 kilos. I think he weighs like 80 odd kilos. Do you go against like Cheslin Kobe goes against some of the biggest props and flankers and hookers in the world, Fijians, New Zealanders, they're all 120 plus kilos. You're running as an 80 kilo man against these 120, 130 kilo men, you're gonna get fucking clean killed. Now, luckily for someone like Jason Kobe, you can sidestep and they're gonna roll and snap their ankles. But speaking more on like an intermediate level, like what we would play at if we still played rugby, like if I went back to rugby and played on wing at 70 kilos, I would get fucking destroyed. Like you can't you can't criticize a sport for injuries when there's sports out there that are only popular because of their injuries.
Yeah,
Like
and yeah,
I can list off so many sports right now that you're guaranteed to get one injury per match. Rugby, football, ice hockey. Um,
like my brother's
what
actually
else is
playing a rugby match tomorrow, a pretty big finals match, and nothing to do related with that. But one of my, I think it's my, I don't even know what her proper relation is to me. I think just cousin, so we're just gonna go cousin. In her 30s mainly, well, in her 30s, and she does like surgeries over in England.
yeah,
She came over for Christmas one year, I think it was 2 years ago, and noticed that like my brother, well, obviously his name is Jamie, so we're just gonna say Jamie. Jamie had you know the way obviously all your fingers are gonna be straight like that. Jamie had a natural bend like that in his ring finger, and
mm,
like that's as far as he could go. That was from rugby. That's permanent. Like he can't do anything. Well, he probably could do something to fix that, but he's not gonna be like uh He's not too fussed about fixing it.
Yeah.
And then he actually, one of the reasons why I didn't want to do rugby in the first place was because he ended up having to get a screw in his knee because he got tackled by a wee lad, and that put him out of rugby for a good year and a half, at least.
Yeah. We can also talk about sports, like this is an uncommon sport unless you do it, is offshore rowing. Sport I used to be very, very familiar in. I gained more interest from it than I've ever seen in a gym, period. Like, whenever I was rowing, I tore my hamstring twice. I literally, we talk about calluses in the gym, right? When you row, you don't form calluses. It rips skin
Yeah.
off your hand. You have to chalk your hands or wear gloves, and even at that, your skin's gonna rip. It just holds it back way a bit longer. I was training. I don't know. I was racing. It was the last ever race I did in rowing, and I was racing in somewhere in Ireland. And if I had won, I went on to ruin the All Irelands. And anyway, and I'd ripped the skin clean from my palm here up to my fingers, literally clean. I tore my ACL 1 kilometer out from the finish line, and still to this day, that was one of the worst injuries I've ever received in my life.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what the biggest injury I got from the gym? That wasn't a reoccurring injury. Maybe slamming the barbell down too hard on the stiff bar and hurt my wrist.
Well, I
Gen,
can't
gen,
really say the
gen,
same because I got tennis elbow from training too much, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's because of a lack of acknowledgement at the time. That's
Yeah.
completely different. Lack of acknowledgement will cause injuries, but it won't cause injuries because of the sport. It will cause injuries because of self-infliction of not being acknowledged.
Yeah.
If
And
we're
I couldn't
talking about
afford a PT at the time, so it wasn't really my fault.
Yeah, so if we're talking about geniality of injury or sports causing injuries, powerlifting is a very safe sport. It's a very
Yeah.
controlled sport. It's got a very immediate response. If something happens, somebody is there to sort it out. You know, maybe not so much in NIPF, but in other federations across the world and at international events like Commonwealth, Euros, or Worlds, there's always going to be paramedics or somebody there, or there's going to be somebody there that can clock straight onto it and do the work.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh, but we'll get on to my meet day stories because I've got two comps,
yeah,
obviously.
we went
Should
on
we cover
talk
both
about
comps, or should we just cover Spring Classic?
cover Spring Classic because I'm tight on time.
Yeah, right, no worries. So we'll start in the morning. Uh, so I wake up about 7:30, I think, something like that, and I lay in a little bit longer, and Bailey's ringing me at like, I think, I think he rang me, or like he was sort of like urgent on trying to get me, uh, or one of you was trying to get me, uh, out, like get me ready, to get ready, and I was sort of taking my time because I knew I didn't have to be down until like 8:30 for weigh-ins, and I knew it was a 10-minute walk, not even. So I ended up having to get nearly rushed out the door. So I'm going down for weigh-ins, and I get to the door. What have I forgot? My whole tub of pasta for carb loading.
Love it.
So I ring Mr. Peter Bridges. I'm like, can you run down my pasta for me, please? I would do it for you. No, I'm just gonna wait on Lee. I'm gonna wait on Adam, and then we're gonna walk down. And maybe be 15 minutes. I do not have 15 minutes. Well, I sort of do, but obviously, the second you weigh in, you want to get fit in you. So
Yeah,
I check my bag, and I'm happy that I have pancakes, but I'm still don't disregard the fact that it's a probably like a 5 minute run, not even down, or a 5 minute jog down to that gym from the Airbnb, and I literally just ate my fork and pasta, and then he could go home and get changed because we still weren't lifting off until like 10:30. This guy comes down with all of his stuff packed and everything at like 9:30 or like 9:15. Yeah, it was like 9, 9:15. No, no, no. It was like 9:45 more so. But that's besides the point. This guy could have brought down my pasta and went straight back home and not come down for another 2 hours. But no, he has to get ready and get dressed and look all pretty. But that's besides the point. I ended up getting the pasta anyway. But yeah. Speaking of being tardy, Mr. Evans and Patton had a little bit of a disruption. They weren't. I don't think Reese got there until 9:45 or something like that. But it's not like it was my first comp burning, so it's like, psh, we're all right. I know how to weigh in. I know how to put in my openers. I know how to eat. So yeah, all is right and well, and I'm just kind of like waiting for stuff to kick off. Mr. Shazlacha comes in with us, or comes in with me and Bailey. Mr. Please make me get this right, and I think how you say his name is Pewter. Sorry, Pete, if I misspell that or mispronounce that. So we're like, or I actually ask him, could you drive up to get my pasta, please? And he's like, do you know how much fuel costs? I'm like, I'm so sorry for asking you that, but I didn't expect him to anyway. That's besides the point. We go in, and Pete, like Ethan Anderson, is unable to handle Bailey. But the thing is, Ethan applied for a coaching pass like what, 3 days
the week
before it.
of.
The week of, like 3 days before it, because he told me. Pete forgot to apply at all. This is one of the best coaches in powerlifting in Northern Ireland right now, by the way. But that's besides the point. Reese ended up handling Bailey, and we had a great day. So for first squat, I was completely like, I was so gone. I was not ready for this. It was just sort of like the same as first comp nerves. Like I didn't know how that first that opener was gonna move. It flew 185, and we just kind of like gravitated through the second of 197. I would have liked to take 200, but it's a 2.5 kilo difference. And then Reese gave me this whole full pep talk for 207 on the third. I think we took 12.5 kilo jumps each time, and 207 moved like an eight and a half. I probably could have sank it a bit more. Maybe it would have been an RP9, but I think I would have had like 212 maximum on the day, and he sort of incorporated that into my pep talks. Like, we loaded this because we know you have 210 sort of thing, and it just sort of like made something click in my mind where I knew that I could hit higher than that. So it's almost like I did it before, even though I only had 202 on training.
Yeah.
And I just sort of thought to myself, like, I wasn't happy with the depth on 202. It was 2-1 a good left on 207, my third, which I probably could have sank it better. Because looking back in the live stream, it does look like it was just about parallel. But we gravitate on the bench, and it's like the best time of my life. It's like all the memes would take me far away, anywhere. This is fun. Like, but that's besides the point. I think I opened with 100, and then I did 107. 107 was a 5 kilo comp PR on the second, which I'm still pretty happy about. And it's sort of like, at the Christmas Classic, I was meant to load. We were loading 107, and I think I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think Reese handed in a 110 attempt slip. I still don't really know what entirely happened, but then again, it's the last comp, so it's not really like that much of a big deal.
Yeah.
I knew I could do 107 at least on the Christmas Classic day, but I just didn't get to attempt it because I got timed out. Because we were sort of like, why can't I go do this? But go out for 107, moves like an opener. Probably should have took 105 for the opener or something. But we go 1012. We do the same, or 112. We go the same thing as we did with 207 squat, and say you have 115, you have 117. I go out, I or farm, unrack it, lock in, duh, duh, rack. I get off. I do my little celebration for the pictures, and then on the deadlifts, I'm sort of realizing that Solomon's quite close to me. I think he was like
Big
10
up.
kilos.
Hang on. Big up, by the way. I don't know where Solomon came from. First time I've ever heard of this guy in my life. And what a unit.
Yeah, he was very nice because I forgot to mention that he was talking to me between every lift. I didn't even like at the time. I was sort of thinking, is this like a thing of intimidating or is he just being nice? But I wasn't also like the most talkative person between lifts besides like talking to Reese or Bailey because obviously I knew them. And I spoke to Solomon on like his TikTok comments because I was curious about who I'd be competing against. Um, no, he was really nice. Like he was asking like how things were going, and he was saying like it was his first comment stuff, and asking for a little bit of advice and stuff like that, and just generally being a really nice guy. Like he was really nice to compete against. And whenever we were finished bench, I realized he had like a 15 kilo lead on me, something like that. Cause no, he squatted 7.5 above me and benched 15 above I did, something like that. I think he benched 125. So we'll give or take like 20 kilos on me. And Reese is like, let's just hope he has a small deadlift. That ended up not being the case anyway.
Nope.
But I knew it wasn't going to be easy whenever I realised at the end of bench that he had a 20 kilo lead on me. And then I also just sort of got in my head, like, not got in my head in a bad way, but got in my head in the ways that, like, this is where the fun part happens because this is whenever I actually gain kilos. 215 deadlift opener. Perfect. Uh, it definitely moved lighter than an opener. I think I probably could did like 220 for an opener and loaded 230 on the second. 227 loaded perfect or moved perfect. Then we saw Solomon still had about 20 kilos on me by the time we did 227 because he had a similar deadlift to what I did. So he wasn't gaining any kilos on it. He actually ended up pulling the same thing as I did.
Did it not work out that you would have had to pull 247 to win?
257 I had to pull. So Reese pulled me aside and he was like, right, I have like 4 attempt slips here. He's got so he loaded me in for 250 so we could see what his if Solomon missed or hit his lift of 237. So I would obviously lift after him. Then he had 2 attempt changes. He had 242 if he failed. So if he failed and I pulled 242, that would mean I would gain 20 kilos because his second deadlift was like 222 or something like that, or 225, and he got 222, so he gained 15 kilos out of his second to third. Him losing or him missing his 237 and me hitting a 242 would have had me tie him on total and win on bodyweight, but he hit 237 in the unfortunate scenario. So we just thought, right, we missed 235 in December at the Christmas Classic, got it to my knees. You've probably seen the video by now, like anybody who's listened to this, because I milk the hell out of it, and I think it's hilarious because the reactions. So we just load 237 and sort of take it to what's the play around with it pretty much. We load 237 and I walk on and I remember I remember Lewis saying in the commentary, he's doing the moonwalk. That was not what I was doing at all. I walked on and I faced the board behind me, and I was just sort of thinking to myself, like, right, this is it. Um,
By the way, video credits here.
yeah, video credits to that guy because that was actually like I keep watching that video. It's so peak. Um, I look at back at the board and I'm sort of thinking to myself, like, right, miss 235. This is 2.5 kilos more. 3 months prep plus a 230 pull. Not the Tuesday before, but the Tuesday before that. 230 moved like a 9 plus the taper. So I probably could have pulled like 245 that day, I'd say. Just from how my body felt. And I turn around, I'm just saying to myself, like out loud, all mine, all mine. I woke up, no hesitation, pull the slack, it flies out. So I'm like, oh my god. I was actually debating jumping into Reese's arms, but I didn't actually know if I should or not, because I had respect for the man. I should have just thought back to you doing it to me yesterday and did it anyway, because that would have been such a peak picture. I
Yeah.
also remembered like that Reese said don't forget to shake hands with the referees like right before the third. So I sort of hugged him and then ran away.
I
But we lived and we
the meat,
learned.
yeah, the meet was incredible. I don't think there could have been a better atmosphere, a better venue, a better way for me to go around. It was, especially for me, I don't think the meet could have gone better for me. It was an unbelievable meet. It really was.
Yeah, it was
It was.
unbelievable despite like the circumstances of what happened, especially to Johnny and Ewan. I still think about it.
Yeah.
Ewan's doing fine. Uh, Johnny will get there in time. I know that.
Yeah.
I
It's
wouldn't wish it on
it's
anybody either.
it's unfortunate, but like I said, there's nobody to blame for it. You can only learn from it, and it's as simple as that. Yeah, they might not be as strong as they want to be in the next year, the next 6 months, whatever, but it is what it
At
is.
least they'll be able to step on the platform again.
Yeah, it's just a delay in the time chain. The the con is the way it is the bad thing is you have to wait, but the good thing is time passes anyway.
Yeah, it's like the TikTok trend. But is there anything else you want to add? Because I think we just covered everything and more.
Yeah,
We're
went
at an hour
so
and
off
47 minutes.
went so off topic about 20 million times there. Um,
I don't even
I
know
think
what the
this
title is, but I'll ask you after.
I think we've covered about all of it.
Yeah, and got a hell of an episode out of it.
Yeah, it's good to have a wee waffle every now and then.
Yeah, of course, of course. The social aspects and all that about the balancing that we talked about earlier.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
but I don't even know what episode we're on, so we're not. I'm not gonna say like this has been this episode, but
6, oh, 7.
wait, hold on. Let me
I think it's like
let me
7,
see.
or actually it might be
Let me
8. I
see.
can't
I've
even
got
remember.
Spotify creators up here.
I haven't
Uh
I haven't been in a podcast properly
oh,
since.
we've got 25 followers.
Oh,
This is episode 8.
I haven't been in a podcast properly since post-con broadcast. So good.
Post comp one and Ethan's.
We don't count Ethan's.
Right. Yeah. So is I think we've covered everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, let us know. We'd be happy to
Message us on
do
the
this.
Instagram mainly, or just if you probably have our Instagram or something, just message us with ideas because we're
Yeah.
always looking for ideas for episodes. Because obviously, we want to hear from other people, like what they want to
I'm on a.
hear on the show.
I am. I am on a mission. I will get Harry Leavesley on this podcast. Harry Leavesley, Harry, I'm coming for you. I know you don't want to be on it. I know you told me you'd debate it, but I'm going to give you questions you can't say no to. And see if you say no to them. I don't know. But Harry Leavesley, you're getting on this podcast.
But yeah,
Yeah. No eavesdropping, but we do have quite a good list of guests that we do want to get on. So
yeah.
stay tuned.
But even if you don't DM us, there's a comment section right below this episode. I'll be reading all of them. So Also, don't be like Matthew Flanagan and give me LeBron. That's one of the things to get on.
Or Eddie
He
Hall.
genuinely replied with LeBron
Or Eddie Hall.
and Obama or something. Or Eddie Hall. But yeah, I'll let you go here because you actually do need to go, and I think I need to go as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been episode 8 of the Barbells and Banter podcast, and thank you guys for listening to this very long episode.
Toodles.
Good night.